Yeah, I'm gonna tell him. He doesn't usually stay up too late, so I'll see if I can get him to. I think what? It's probably ingrained in your autopilot in your brain to work. And you're like, how did I get here? Yeah.
But you don't even turn on the TV. You'll just complete it. Yeah, we'll just do that.
Don't even turn on the TV. You can literally just sit in the bathtub with a controller and
Yeah,
visualize
yeah.
that internal VR you got.
I'm gonna see if I can do Kingswell Farm next week for art, so I can get fucking
Oh, I do need one
knowledge.
more thing out of that too. One more Midas red border. Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, we can do that. But
that'd be cool.
yeah, tomorrow and
Hello, dear.
then
What a nice
I don't
surprise.
know. And they still haven't told us what the reprise rate is. But I'm like,
I'm surprised they didn't. Why don't they just let people vote for a reprised raid? That would make a lot of sense.
yeah,
Or well, I guess it wouldn't matter because they let people vote on the Charles map for the next week, and then they just put something else out anyway.
yeah, right.
Yeah, that's happened a couple times though. It's not like one accident; it's like multiple accidents. It's just
Yeah,
like it's like a I don't even know what to say. It's like a meme of incompetence or something.
that's funny. Just, I don't know. It's like, I don't put it all in the Dez video, and I,
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
fucking Luke Sage
Imagine
is a
being
good guy.
being like imagine going into work and being like, this is so wrong, the decisions they're making. Let me go ahead and develop a shader sorter while PvP's burning. Why did they put me on the shader sorting team and all I want to do is fix this Arc Titan trash?
Yeah. Well, like, the reason I say that is, like, I was surviving shit I shouldn't survive. And I was having fun, too.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Every time I play Titan, I'm like, holy shit, this is ridiculous.
Like, literally, I had, like, a Titan run up and shoulder charge me, and, like, take me down to, like, one health, and I just fusioned him, and that was it. I was like, what the hell is going on?
The other day, I saw the funniest thing. So somebody on my team had Peregrine Greaves, and somebody on the opposing team had Feedback Fence. So the Peregrine Greaves went in and shoulder charged the, the Feedback Fence guy, but the feedbacks hit him so hard that they killed each other.
That's funny. Man, I've died to feedback, like in multi kills. Like I'm not even near them. I know they nerfed it a bit, but that was super annoying. Like I would like be like, all right, let's throw around the corner, and some guy would shoulder charge like somebody 20 feet away and would like kill me. So yeah, I mean they nerfed it a while back, but it used to be really annoying.
Dang. I just got fusioned by Brogogi. Brogogi, he's using adept loaded question. Oh my gosh, this is funny.
Dude, how did you die to that? He has like to wait a whole hour to shoot you.
He's got adept charge time on it.
Lame. Though, happy. Happy is 6 months. Maybe we can do 6 months. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna limp into final shape, and then they're gonna be all. Oh, Bungie selling Battlestar with keep awake at night trimmers.
What the hell? Yeah, I bought that. I think it's
Yeah.
and I especially whenever whenever pulse rifles roll around into the artifact again.
I'm curious to see how the damage fall off changes are gonna pan out. They still haven't talked about it. They mentioned it. Oh, we'll talk about it next week.
Make them run.
Zoom and range and fall off.
1 minute left.
So we'll see. I don't know, it just seems like they've made a lot of changes. To avoid making more PvP maps.
Does not matter. Wins the next.
Those changes aren't great. No one's
Behind.
Well, the thing was they let slip some statement that that Kolgar pointed out, and he was like, the way that they worded this, he's like, okay, I understand now. It's clear. They're basically telling us there is no.
Alright, dramatic effect. Enough.
Sorry, I was trying to concentrate on not dying.
1 minute left. Only one enemy is left.
Thought that just happened naturally.
Oh no. Had to make my concentration. Alright. No, that was rough. This teammate is trials. These teammates are feeding. One guy's 0.0.
Poor guy, man. He's probably like, I'm gonna jump in trials, give me some ingrams.
I for-
Ran it to you.
Oh man. No, he's on my team. He's just
shit.
he's just fucking my team over.
I still haven't used my trials programs, I just realized.
Oh yeah. I've been using a couple because I had like 90.
Yeah, they cap it
Yeah, they cap at 100, so yeah.
I can't
1
believe
minute
it's
left.
Stop contesting that door frame, Blueberry. Oh my god damn. Anomaly, which makes it even more.
That's the one in the moon, right?
Yeah, with the bullshit rotating around. So it's nothing but shotguns and
Oh god, I hate that
the
one.
rotating little BS. I like the map, it's pretty funny. It's pretty.
Whoa.
It's just so
I hate
small,
it.
but
Okay, so let me clarify. I hate it for sixes.
oh, I really enjoy it in sixes. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it is, because it's just such chaos, and, you know.
The whole thing is B, right? On it.
Yeah.
The B's fucking sucks, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do fine on it, but I'm just like, when you, that's like the best. That's like the B. Everyone's all like, that's my girl. That's what it feels like. And then you finally get a beachhead, and then your fucking blueberry teammates just all die. You're like, fuck.
God dang it.
You die, and then you gotta run over again. And then someone gets A when you already have C, and you're like, great, we're gonna flip spawn.
Yeah, you always have to have B, pretty much, and you know there are people like there's people who sit on that balcony across the way and just pot shot everybody standing on B, and you're watching your teammates just all die, and you're like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. Yeah, and just it's
But you know what's fun? Actually, kind of fun right now. There's something in Crucible Labs right now. It's called what's it called? Countdown Rush. So it's countdown, but 6v6, and it puts you on all these long range maps like Eternity or and so it's total chaos because the whole team has to run and capture like the bomb. You have to set the bomb in one of two locations, and then you have to defend it when you set it, and then if you make progress on that, you have to go to the other one. And like there's people getting 60 and 70 kill games. It's crazy. Because the game goes on so long, and I was getting destroyed by some guy who had no time to explain. I was trying to figure out how he had such a good game, and then I realized he's just using no time. He had all targeting and all unflinching mods on it, and then he also had it was a well warlock, so he had healing grenades out the ass and a rift too. So he just kept healing himself, no time, heal himself, no time. And since there's 6 people trying to get to this little set the bomb
Wow.
thing, he just kept farming people.
Yeah.
And teams kind of running like a death ball or whatever. Yeah. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll try no time. I don't do well with it. I don't like it. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's really good.
I do better with like what's that other one? The Trials Pulse Rifle with like Head Seeker or
Messenger.
something. Yeah, Messenger. I have a Head Seeker Messenger that seems to like get a couple.
No, those
Occasionally hit
two.
two bursts people.
I have a messenger with Desperado killing one that I like. I like the
Trials of
pulse
Osiris.
from Neomuna a lot.
There's a like a heavy hitting pulse from one of the dungeons that's like that too. A 340. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, fellow tactical
Oh
fire.
yeah, I see a lot of people with that.
That's a good one. That's a very good one. Yeah.
That other one. They also use that.
You are eager to begin, sincere.
I
Oh
always
yeah,
see it.
they do. They do. There's still people who use it and have like thousands of kills on it.
I'm sure. The one I see a lot is different times.
Different times.
The strand one from this season, the draftable one, because it's 540. Yeah. I usually use if I'm not using fellow tactic, I'm usually using.
Only one enemy is left.
I'll try different times, or use
One ally is
disparity,
left. Is it damage?
or I was using graviton for a little bit when people use graviton. Outlast, I used it a little bit. Going with like rangefinder and choke lip was pretty fun. I just like pulse rifles, so and they're pretty strong. But yeah,
Yeah.
540 shred me.
So if you like pulse rifles, there's some. Did you see that? There's a. Was it? Who was it
There's a
posted about that?
trials.
No, there's
There's a trials
Oh,
guy.
okay. So no. So there's a solar one. Oh shoot, what's it called? Jorum's Claw.
Uh-huh. Yeah, from the back.
Only one ally is left.
I got a couple, but I didn't get any drills that I liked.
So Jorum's Claw with something on it. I can't remember. I had it, but basically with the. Did you see that build? I want to say it was another cool guy video. So he was like Jorum's Claw with a certain perk on it. I don't have that one, so unfortunately. But there's some other pulse rifles you could use. But he said Jorum's Claw because it's solar, and on a solar hunter, you get radiant, I guess, from get radiant from something, and it can two burst, even though it's a higher. Yeah, the radiant dodge.
One minute left, my friend.
Yeah. I just felt like the Hunter should be like at the end of the gymnastics performance. You know, they do that auto pose. Their arms spread out. After he does that, I'm like, oh shoot, it's on. Web dude.
Not good. Oh my god.
She's been having chest pains for like 2 weeks.
Oh man.
A bunch of doctors, like hospital. We went to the
It's
hospital.
so I knew a guy that was like that at work, and he was like, sometimes I get kind of winded walking in to work from the car, but he's like, then it just goes away. He's like, I don't understand what this is about.
Only one ally is left.
Oh my god. But it ended up being this something I guess was clogged in his like an artery or something. They call it a widowmaker. And they're like, oh god. So they like immediately like had to send him into surgery and he got like a I guess it's a stent put in or something. It's something that widens the artery open, like
Yeah.
this little spring-loaded thing.
Did he have a blockage?
Yeah, he did like a 90% blockage.
Jesus.
Yeah, so they're gonna do like
Only one enemy is
what
left.
they call
Surround is yours.
saying you're pregnant and they show you the baby.
Oh, an ultrasound?
Card.
Then they're gonna do an ultrasound on Bard.
Gonna see if she has a baby in her heart.
Opponents have the lead.
If that's in, yep, just like I thought, there's a baby in your heart.
I mean, a lot of people they find they're like, oh, you have a murmur or something that you've had your entire life, but I guess stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got the two grenade launcher from the dungeon. My first job.
Your ally is back in the fight.
From that one, our little. I like it.
1 minute left, my friend.
I think we did figure out the dizzy head thing. If the stuff in neurology,
I love to watch you win.
it started to work after they had her hallucination. So we're pretty certain that's what it is.
You are tied.
It's,
Time for me. Mark. Both teams are tied. Suspense. I love it.
Oh God,
It's too much.
Ooh.
what?
So it's like, yeah, it's like a thing that happens with this.
Well, like hydrocephalus?
No, I don't think so. But somehow, like, the pressure gets off. So they have to, adjust the pressure either with medicine, or if that doesn't work, they have to push her into her spine.
1 minute left, my friend.
Does not sound fun.
So they're doing the medicine, and the medicine works.
Only one enemy is left.
Reduce the dosage again, because it's possible that it's just
What? Very good.
doing the medicine again.
Hmm.
But it's nice to at least know, like, oh, that's where the dizzy is coming from. And,
This is match point.
Yeah.
but at least, because for a long time there, for months, everybody was like, we have no idea.
So is she gonna be able to play games again?
You're the boss. Make them run.
Yeah, I mean, eventually. But dang, man, I'm so sorry to hear that.
This one was for your end. Next time, my friend.
Yeah.
So then we can fix it.
Oh, and
So
then
that she can play games again?
Final showdown. All nothing.
priorities, right?
But I mean, like, yeah, the first time she had the chest pain was scary because she had chest pain. So part of it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice walking into the ER and
Yeah. That's very nice. As opposed to like, I lost my leg cut off and it's bleeding.
Back in the fight.
8 hours.
But my brother, he broke his leg. Like they, he was helping my stepdad move the car frame.
The match is yours.
And they lifted up with the forklift and it swung and pinned his leg between
Something
Oh God.
the car behind him.
you
And so it basically like sliced his tibia in half.
Oh
And
God.
he went to Beaumont, which is a hospital here. This was the closest one. And he was waiting like almost 8 hours for them to admit him and like give him treatment.
What?
Yeah. They
Did
had to
it?
take
There's
him
like
all
a
the way-
femoral artery there, though. If you don't like,
Well, he
if you
wasn't
hit
bleeding,
that,
so
then oh, okay. Oh, it just like wow, it
just
missed
broke
that.
his leg. Yeah, luckily it missed it. So he did that. This was happened during his like senior year of high school. So some doctor came in and said, "Why isn't he in the operating room? All this other stuff, or like why isn't he being admitted?" Got all pissed, and they finally admitted him because he had been there 8 hours, just sitting there waiting
With a broken
took
leg.
him to, yeah. And they took him, finally got him in. They had to put like this.
They put a rod in or
They
what?
put a rod in. Okay, so that happened, and his leg got better.
Was he
Then
like athletic or anything, like football player or anything like that?
no,
Oh, okay.
no.
'Cause that could be career changing right there.
So that happened, and then a couple months down the line, the rod got infected,
Oh God.
and they had to take it out, and he had to go through it all basically
They
again.
put a different rod in or what?
Different rod in. I believe they put a different rod in, and then it's been a long time. I don't. He had to basically be homeschooled, and he was on a PIC line to kill the infection. He didn't go to school.
Oh my God.
So
So
yeah,
just
it's just
worst scenario imaginable. Just you could just say that worst scenario imaginable.
yeah. But I'm glad you guys have some semblance of what the hell's going on,
Trial
and I
for
hope
Osiris.
Shittertot recovers pretty quickly. I hope
Yeah,
the
me too.
cardiologists help, because that's gonna be frustrating.
Oh man.
Yeah, I
So,
don't.
like, just so many doctors and everything. It's just like, oh man, that's just so
Oh,
frustrating.
I can only imagine.
What are you gonna try now? Just put leeches on her and figure it out? There, 18th
Yeah.
century like
Did you ever
voodoo.
see Witch Doctor?
Your life is precious.
Yeah.
Only
I
have
got
to
a good
keep
shaman if you
together.
need a good shaman.
Yeah, man. I know a couple medicine men if you
Before you go to voodoo, I'll tell you what though.
just try it out doesn't work out.
There's a
Only
doctor.
one
My
life
yogi's
left.
really.
No, really quick. Like I feel
Yeah.
like as soon as they talk about technology, that's always like, well, this guy clearly
Opponent revived.
like half the
Back in the
doctors.
fight. One
Yeah.
minute left.
That's the thing
One
that
ally
sucks.
is
You get
left.
so many people that are just into it for the money or the ego boost, and they don't apply their craft or try to improve themselves. I mean, that's true for every profession, but it's to me it's more damning in the medicine. Like if you got a doctor that's shitty, I'm like, why the fuck is he allowed to practice?
Medicine.
'Cause he's got that insurance.
Honestly, dude, in a lot of other fields, it doesn't matter if you suck. Like most people are gonna
Only one enemy is left.
it's a shoddy project. But in medicine, you survive. You die, but you're fine.
Impressive
He's
victory.
like, no, it's cool. I got that malpractice insurance. He's like, I'm coming to work all coked up and ready to operate, bro.
Exactly, literally, dude.
He's like, I got that medical grade right here. Yeehaw.
Medical
It's
grade.
it's so shitty, man. It really. I have to say, I did like the solstice armor this year. It's pretty well done.
Only one enemy is left.
She got her teeth
The round is yours.
Oh, you know what?
to what?
Well, go ahead and to say that, but I gotta, I'm gonna tell you something after that.
Okay.
So,
They didn't do the filing correctly, so they didn't file the filling fee. And so what happens is like the thing goes out, right? They didn't do that, so it's all fucked up. And then they have to file the response fee.
Only one enemy is left.
Who the fuck doesn't file the fucking fittings?
That will be the
So,
details of your
well, they
quest.
filed them, but they didn't file them enough or correctly.
oh
So
my
they went back
God.
in and they filed them again.
Jesus.
And
Good fight
it,
now.
it still hurt. She said it still hurt.
They're supposed to like, they make you like chomp chomp chop on this little dye paper, and then they like see the high spots, and they're supposed to like kind of grind them down or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Yeah, so the guy literally did that on purpose.
Only one
He
enemy
didn't
is left.
finish, but she was like, it still hurts. A lot, whatever. So she had a dentist
I love
this
what
morning,
you win.
and we saw a different dentist, and they did the same thing. They did the mighty thing, and
hmm
she was like,
So,
She's
master
like,
point
this is
is yours.
hugely off.
The victory.
she said this literally. She said she was like, this is
This is
that,
the worst I've ever seen in my
came in
life.
here and they filed it twice. There's no way. Shit.
Only one enemy is left.
Wait now. You know,
Jesus,
simple
man.
things like filing fucking
The match is yours. Celebrate. I will join.
that, like, come on, man.
I mean,
I need
that's
you more.
it's that doesn't, you know, I'm not a dentist, so I don't know, but that's seemingly like an easy thing to do because it's you bite on that thing, it makes your teeth purple in that area, and then you just grind that till there's no purple left, you know, and then double check it again. That Friday and you're trying to get out of there? What's the deal?
Are you hungover?
That's fucking
Alright.
funny, man.
There you-
So I haven't been to that dentist yet because I was like, I don't know if I want to go. I feel like you're dealing with shit
I'm
there.
I'm thinking like no, thinking that's may not me, you know, get a different
And then
one.
I was like, who's the dentist you saw today that finally fixed your problem? Because that's who I'm gonna see.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the one.
right?
They
Um,
It's just
they told me in the
ridiculous.
ER that best time to come is not Monday. Some of you guys have to go to the ER. Monday's the worst day.
yeah, but I feel like if you have to go to the ER, you're probably not choosing the day. You know, you're like, ah, I shouldn't have flipped my car.
Fuck, I
God
gotta
damn
go to
it.
the ER and it's fucking Monday. God damn it.
Shit.
Just don't do anything crazy on Sunday night or like
Oh man.
What about Monday night?
I mean,
It should be fun.
here's what happens. You go on a bender on Friday, and then suddenly it's Monday, and you flip your shit, and you're in the ER.
Yeah.
They're putting an infected rod in your leg and grinding your teeth down funny.
Holy fuck.
So I was gonna tell you. So my girlfriend's grandmother had a brain abscess where she was talking crazy and having headaches, and like they couldn't figure out what was, like, they didn't find out she had an abscess in her brain. How she got the abscess in her brain was from a dental cleaning or a filling that she got. And the infection was in her gums, and the infection, like, I guess there's a short pathway from your gums to your brain through your bloodstream.
Cannot help you.
So I don't know
that's
if
actually
she had,
that's actually what we're checking. That's why we
if she's had a CT scan and all that kind of stuff. That would
yeah.
basically like determine that.
And while she was there, she just got sent home. But that's why we have
You are
that's why
all
it's infected.
left. It is your fight to win. Don't let this
Yeah.
slow you down.
Because they check it.
They did do a CT scan or whatever. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Cause that's fucking
'Cause it
scary.
sucks.
They literally had to like cut open her skull and like
It only matters
get the
if
infection
you
out,
let
and
it
I mean it literally was like affecting her brain and like her speech and stuff to where she was just like, yeah, she recovered fully. But it's just,
So is that literally like
Only one ally is left.
yeah, and they're like, yeah, that can happen. Like what?
because of negligence?
It's like literally, no, it's just a cleaning. Somehow, apparently, it can happen. You know, I guess.
You
I
didn't do your job well. They
I,
can
I don't know how you get an infection from your, because there is like bacteria in your mouth, and they just, you know, they're cleaning your gums, they're cleaning, you know.
Whoa, were they using an ice pick?
No, I mean they use that
Or
scraper
what?
thing, and you know,
Yeah,
it's just,
but damn,
what the
man.
hell?
Only
Yeah.
one ally is left.
It's like
So she's got like a gnarly like,
Don't let this slow you
uh,
down.
whatever you call it, scar like on her head, you know, from where they like literally bone sawed their way into her brain,
you
and
told your girlfriend your grandma's cool now, man.
so I'm like,
She's
yeah.
got scar on her head.
Well, I mean, you can't see the scar, but you can. She's like, feel my head, and I'm like, no, it feels gnarly.
how'd they figure out that you
That I don't know.
Only one enemy is left.
I mean,
because I mean like I don't know, we went in because Sherita was like
This is my friend. Your ally is back in the fight. 1 minute left, my friend. Impressive victory.
oh, that's so good. Yeah, I mean, her, like her, my girlfriend's mom was really good, so she was like kind of advocating for the grandmother, and so when they went to the doctor, she's like, you need to do a CT scan to rule this out because this is, whatever low possibility, but it can happen.
Only one ally is left. In damage.
Can you have septic
Only one enemy is left.
Oh, dude, yeah, then it's
You can win the next. Opponent
you
resolved.
can have like blood sepsis that's going all over the place, and then they come in, they're like, yeah, so we need to cut off your foot.
Opposing team is looking to steal victory.
Yo,
Match point.
I just was being shown how to floss by the dentist. What the fuck?
Oh, dude, funny you say that because
Only
I
one
just
Still
saw
ally
learning how
is
this.
to
left.
floss.
No, I just like was watching this thing about this dentist. There's this dentist, this lady who she's talking about how you literally should never have any need to floss. She's like, unless you have some food stuck in between your tooth, there's no reason for you to floss. She's like, think about it.
you may have to chew.
To show yourself
Yeah.
next.
Well, yeah, that's true, but like, well, for some people, other people, I guess, not at all. But she was like, and she's a dentist. She's been a dentist for like 40 years or something. She's like written books and stuff. She's like, how the dental industry works in the U.S. is really different than how it works in other parts of the world. She said they like the dental care that we get in the U.S. is not necessarily better. The thing that the U.S. is better at is cosmetic stuff. So they're better at like crowns and caps and fillings and all these things because, right, veneers, we're very good at making teeth whitening, making our teeth look good. But she's like, the reality is the oral health in the U.S. is piss poor. And she said that like consider the fact that there's bacteria in your gums. You brush your teeth, there's still bacteria in your gums. She's like, the worst thing you can do is run a piece of string in between your gums and aggravate and cut cut your gums open, allowing the bacteria to go in down further. She's like, that's a horrible idea. So, but she's a big advocate of xylitol because it's like a sweet, it's like it's in a lot of plants and even the human body makes a small amount of xylitol internally. Um,
Uh-huh.
it's like a sweetener, and they make
Yeah.
chewing gum out with xylitol and stuff.
Yeah, it's a sugar alcohol basically.
Yeah, like erythritol. But xylitol has a unique property that the bacteria in your mouth, the bad ones, can eat sugar, and that's how they eat sugar. They get wild, and then they cause cavities. Sugar doesn't cause cavities in and of itself, but feeding the bacteria that chew on your enamel on your teeth is what causes the cavities. Right? So she's saying like use xylitol because those bacteria will also eat the xylitol sugar, but xylitol has a unique property where those bacteria can't process the sugar. In other words, it doesn't actually feed them. They consume it, but they like die from it basically. So you can just like use xylitol mouthwash, xylitol gum, xylitol toothpaste, and or she's like, even if you eat like something sweet or whatever, just chew some xylitol gum afterwards, and those bacteria will basically, you'll never have any cavities because that. She's like, you could literally never brush your teeth so long as you just use like had xylitol after you ate anything, because the bad bacteria will die from eating. Yeah, she's like, that's how um, misguided our dental industry is or whatever.
Only one enemy is left.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I should ask my dentist about that.
Opponent
Yeah.
revive. 1 minute left.
She's a
Only
really
one
good
ally is
dentist.
left.
Yeah. And the thing is, then I started seeing like more dentists, like offices start to carry like xylitol gum and stuff, and recommend like, oh, you got a kid who's coming in, having like lots of cavities or whatever. You know, back in the day, dentists used to just give you a lollipop after you got a cleaning. You know.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But all that's left is your fight to win.
Compared to,
I
you
love
know,
that.
yeah, because it's like, oh, that's like
Northman wins the
revenue generation right there. You get a cleaning and then they give you a lollipop and see you at the next cleaning.
The
Wink,
other
wink.
team leaves. Let this motivate.
So I'm curious how much better 120s are gonna feel next season.
They're buffing them somehow, or
Yeah. It better be like something cool, you
It's gonna
know?
be lame, like those auto rifles that shoot faster.
Is it
Here's
just
a
you? Fight until
here's
there's
a
nothing left.
blade with micro missile.
Your team is strong. You
they
can
already have
stand
micro
by.
missile on a 120, don't they?
Opponent revived.
Oh, yeah, here's a good one. All right, the fusion
That's
rifle takes
nano
longer.
rocket.
Opposing
Oh, no,
team
no,
is
no.
looking to steal victory.
They're actually.
Longer to charge, but it doesn't make noise. It's silent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Linear fusion rifle that when you charge it, it makes you go invisible.
So
See, they should push it like that. Give it to
or
each team.
or
Only one
or a
enemy is
fusion
left.
rifle that lets you fly around the map and kill people and let people think that you're cheating.
Round one.
I mean, that one gun was pretty interesting. That SMG that lets you like hover or whatever.
Match
Manticore, yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting proposition. They should have made it different to where it just made you hover all the time when you were shooting it, not just after you charged it up or whatever.
Well, the thing with it is there's no interaction with the floating at all. You can't like shadow dive out of it. You can't shadow dive out of it. You just have to wait till you fall to the floor, which is pretty dumb. I mean, it's cool. It gives you 4 times resistance
1 minute
when you're
left.
floating, but
Only one ally is left.
beyond
Oh,
that,
this kid just blocked me.
doesn't interact with your kit at all.
Yeah, and it's kind of redundant with like a Heat Rises Warlock as well.
Pick the bullets.
So it's kind of like,
Dust the solar ashes from
Yeah.
your shoulders.
You have to wait
Tomorrow's light.
for the little meter to get filled.
yeah, they should have just like make it have that interaction all the time. Honestly,
And the funny thing is it handles really well. It feels real nice. It's just like, this is the exotic perk. It lets you float.
well, I mean that totally explains things. Like when they, you know, I don't remember what the wording was, but he was. I remember that. I guess it was Cold. I pointed out he was like, the way they worded this, he's like, clearly there's no PvP team. He's like, it sounds like they just pull people from other teams to work on PvP shit when it gets to be too out of control.
And they probably got like 9,000 people working on the Eververse team.
They do. They got some full timers in that revenue generation department right there.
They're all like, we can't give you free armor every expansion, but you can give like for every season you get an Eververse armor. You know, I mean the season pass armor.
Yeah.
Makes sense because
Every season, let me pay $20 to get the Eververse armor, and I literally have every Eververse piece. I shudder to think how much I've paid in silver for a lot of that shit. But I honestly haven't minded. I'm like, oh, I like this game. I play it a lot. I feel like there's a value in it for me. I enjoy it, but the problem is somehow I was feeding the evil machine in the process, and I didn't realize it. You know. Because they were like, oh, well, this Eververse is generating some money. Let's put more money into generating more money. Yeah.
I mean, Bungie is very comfortable just
And it's
doing
like,
what they're
oh,
doing.
did you learn that from evil Activision?
Well,
Or
no,
is this of your own design, you know?
yeah, I mean, like, Bungie doesn't bother me that much. It's not as bad as fucking EA, like with the Madden games or FIFA, the whole Ultimate Team thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even like,
One minute left.
Because people buy them every year.
Destiny comes out with a game every year.
Diablo comes out with a new game every year.
No, they don't.
Diablo 5's coming out next year.
You lost me.
Yeah, it's
No, are you kidding?
Next.
yes.
Not sure if you're okay. Like, because it took them a while to come out with this last one. So I was like,
Fucking A, Ken. Yeah, no, they just like. They
well, I
just
don't know. Like,
all on tap, man, waiting to come out.
I mean, Call of Duty is like what every quarter at this point. It's crazy.
Yeah, but they got 3 different studios working on one. Like, they try to focus on one studio
One minute left, my friend.
Oh, I just had a flashback. Like I was
Only one.
in the when we were in the well, not a Vietnam flashback. I wasn't even born, brother.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about that. Or at the very least, I was maybe 1 year old.
1 year old?
Oh no, I was born in '78. Nam ended in what, like 75, 76?
Yeah, I want to say you're right. I feel like I just looked at the dates for that, but
My parents, why are you looking at the dates for Nam here? Oh, when's Nam? It might come up in the conversation.
dude, you never saw Platoon?
I've
That's
seen
amazing.
Platoon.
Yeah,
Full Metal Jacket?
yeah, exactly. Those are classics, man. I mean, they're ones like more Hollywood, but they're. I mean, they each stand on their own. I feel like.
Opposing team is correct.
Or you're gonna get into what you call it? What was the other one where the dude went like crazy? Um,
Only one.
Deer Hunter?
yeah, is that the one with Martin Sheen?
No.
What's the one with Martin Sheen?
Isn't that Apocalypse Now?
Apocalypse Now. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Left, my friend.
That was the one.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Dang, I forgot about Deer Hunter too. Holy moly!
Yeah.
And you know, when I was a kid, I couldn't figure out why they called it Deer Hunter. I was like, there's no deer in this movie. I don't understand.
Oh, but,
Only one ally is left. Is it
I'd have to go back and watch it to figure that out.
I remember. Oh, you talking to me? And they made the thing with the
1 minute left, my friend.
two, quick draw pistol, and I was like, okay. Glitch. Because that was back in, like, the early 90s when my mom had a black box that she got from her work, and we had all the cable. But you could, like, watch whatever you wanted.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, somebody had like a cable box and they unlocked it basically for all channels, right? It was like, oh, I got everything. I got Playboy and HBO. I was like, and we just paid this dude like $100 under the table or something. He unlocked everything.
My mom worked for a company that did, like, telecommunications, so they built their own. And then, like, I don't know what Comcast did to, like, just the, yeah,
1 minute left, my friend.
That shit was around
yeah, yeah, they probably did, and now,
So, what was it like without internet?
Oh, a lot of masturbation.
Internet still a thing?
yeah,
Just changed.
you,
A lot of socks walking around looking like casts.
a lot of imagination with your masturbation, unless you somehow found your parents' porn stash.
Yeah. A lot of it, you'd always find one like waterlogged in the woods somehow randomly.
Usually that your cousin was all, check out this. I'm all,
Check out this. Yeah, he got it from his uncle's closet or something.
Yeah, you know. It just, I mean, it didn't exists so you didn't miss anything really because like,
That's
if you
true.
wanted,
If you were born with no legs, you wouldn't be like, "What's it like to walk?"
pretty much, like if you needed to like research stuff, you would go to the library and research stuff there.
You know the library is still a thing, right? People
Yeah,
still
I know
do
it's
that.
I know it's still a thing, man. I know.
Why would it be a thing though? Everything's digital pretty much.
People still
Cause
go to the library.
I know, but what do they do there? They just have meetings, or?
well, people study or they check out books. That still happens. Or there, it's a hub for like people to use the internet to like access their emails and stuff. Because some people don't have.
Oh, like, yeah.
Free computers, free
Some
Wi-Fi.
people don't have McDonald's Wi-Fi at their house.
Yeah, or they don't. They have internet, or they don't know how to do it, or they don't have a computer. That still happens.
I'm gonna. So for tomorrow's raid challenge, we're going to raid from the library.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna play on my Samsung fridge.
You alone. Be brave.
Wow.
If I had a Samsung fridge, I'm gonna farm it. I haven't figured out what fridge I'm gonna have in my house yet.
Your
But
opponent took the
fucking.
round. Take the next.
Because I don't know when I'm gonna buy my fucking house because the market's still fucking crazy.
Yeah, the interest rates just went up
The other
not too
team
long
wins.
ago.
That is motivating.
Well, instead of 3%, now it's 6%. That's huge.
The Fed just makes up bullshit. They're like, oh, guess what? I don't know, man. Just we let them.
This is ridiculous.
What, dude? Why are the prices going up?
Why?
Motherfuckers buying.
Because you end up with like fucking like cabals of people buying houses to rent them out, and it's like you're screwing the market, man. Why?
You are the lie. Make it run.
Are you a landlord?
God dang you kids.
Your team is full.
If I was a landlord, I would,
Why not?
because I don't have the capital to buy a building to rent out.
Take it from
Why
them.
though?
What are you talking? You can do
So why don't I?
It's like cool
Stand alone. Do not give up. Just the two of you now. Fight. Fight.
So I can become the bastards that I already hate.
yeah, basically. That's what those are. It's like
1 minute left, my friend. Opponent
It's like,
revive.
damn, man. I mean, it's so ridiculous where everything's at
Opponent
now.
revive.
There's houses that are $200,000, and I'm like, for what? Like a bedroom and a bathroom? What the fuck is this?
Next time, my friend.
damn. Like shit here is like fucking 400.
I cannot wait to
Damn,
see
man.
how you turn the tide.
Anything in the
So I will not. Go do it.
shaky areas.
That's so ridiculous, man. That's super ridiculous. It does not make any sense at all.
Only one.
I need to get myself sugar mama.
Stand alone. Do not give up.
Like, there's this club called Teddy's, and the joke always there is like everyone knows the same joke is like, if you want to get like a sugar daddy or a sugar mama, you go hang out at Teddy's. I said, well, I better check out if it's really real
Opponents have the lead.
at this point, you know.
Yeah? Did it work?
Well, no, I haven't done it yet. Maybe I should.
Do it.
Because I have principles?
Why?
What if
I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me, Pringles.
what if you end up liking
What if she's 80, dude?
What? Dude.
What if she's 80 and she wants the bane?
If you never had you never had it with no teeth before, bro.
oh dude, yeah.
Dude, acting like he's all, yeah, that
He's like, yeah. He's like, Shader Talk goes to the dentist a few more times. We're on to something.
It's all like, man. So I can't wait till Shooter Town are in our 80s. It's gonna be the greatest time ever.
Your fight to win.
Hey man, I'm just saying, if you like her, you know?
I don't know.
Maybe you're into that. Don't knock until you
Don't let this
I
slow you
like
down.
elderly women, but not.
Elder. Well, when
Admitted to it. Admitted it.
you say elderly, that's hilarious.
Phoenix, loaded.
Well, I'm in my 40s, you know? I mean, just, like, elderly, I mean, like, anything past 60.
Whoa,
Whoa.
that's rough.
Whoa, dog.
That's broken hip territory.
Yeah, that's like I'm falling and I can't get up. Get off me, what are you doing? Territory.
Your ally is back in the fight.
So, come on, baby, it's a sign.
Guardian, you alone.
No, that's not my... I don't know, I just...
1 minute left, my friend.
This is the market's so fucking ridiculous. I'm like, why is it so stupid?
I think short of a revolution, it's probably not gonna change. All the non-rich people band together and overthrow the rich people.
Yeah, Jesus, man.
It does seem like. Did you ever see that thing where they talk about cost of living increases versus wage increases since like the 50s, especially
Yeah.
compared to um, the cost of how much a house was. If the cost of a house in the 50s increased at the same rate that relative to wages, if the average cost of a house increased at the rate of the average wage increase, right now a house, I don't remember what it said, that 3 bedroom, 2 bathrooms should cost $65,000.
Wow. That is kind of crazy.
Isn't that screwed? So it's basically the more time has gone on, the more people are screwed out of being able to purchase a house.
Yeah.
So the whole like millennial Gen Z or whatever argument versus boomers is like, why don't you guys have any money? Because you guys fucked us. You know?
Yeah. Jesus, man, it's like, I don't know, it's just gonna get worse.
Yeah. There's like historically, there's like I guess arguments that the historians make. They say when the disparity of wealth gets to be too severe, there becomes like a revolution of some type. It's happened in every civilization, and they're like, we are scary close to that now in the U.S.
Yeah, I think so. Like legit. Like,
Like this is the point at which, like, you know, when like when all the like peasants overthrow the royals, you know, it happened in France.
Yeah, let's do it.
They just go in and burn, you know, it's just a matter of time before everybody just goes in and burns the credit card companies, you know. They do a fight club bombing of their servers or something.
Let's bomb healthcare, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Fuck those
everything's
motherfuckers.
crazy.
Why?
I'm worth more dead because life insurance.
Yeah.
What even is life insurance?
For when
Well,
you're dead, for your descendants and your spouse to have
what
money.
what's life insurance? It's a way to um, pass money to the people you want to leave money to, because you can't actually leave money to them because they'll be taxed on the money that you give them. Whereas
Why?
money gained from life insurance is not taxable. So if you want to leave $100,000 to a son or a daughter, you would get $100,000 worth of life insurance and not try to leave them. Because if you leave them $100,000 in cash, they'll be taxed at some outrageous amount, so they'll end up getting like 30K. Whereas if you leave $100,000 of life insurance, they'll get $100,000 tax free.
Why would I want to do that for
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
for people who want to do that, there's something called generational wealth, and that's how the rich stay rich, you know, because they've got that system down. Well, there you go.
There is nothing but the arena.
If you figured out like the cheat code, would you like not use it?
Why would I want to use
You say that, and yet here you are like exploiting a bunch of dead enemies in your game.
what is I'm just targeting other people's use?
Fight until you have nothing left. Opponent revive. Opponent revive. 1 minute left.
What? I just got killed by a glaive. Glaives are still kind of funky. What's this guy got? Glaive.
Put on your knee.
Dude, I'll tell you a fun build. Vex Caliber. What? I got killed by Vex Caliber. I didn't even know he had that on. Just kind of running on autopilot.
If only there was a way to inspect your opponents before the match.
Only one ally is left. Dead. One minute left, my friend. Ground is there. You can win the next.
I guess I should do that Vex Caliber mission at some point, huh?
Your opponent leads.
I think I got it and I dismantled the weapon. But there were like subsequent unlocks for it or something, I think.
Yeah. But you can't do the mission if you've dismantled the weapon. You have to blow. No, I'm just joking. You have to blow up the collection so we can do it.
Only one enemy is left.
Well, I foresee that happening at some
That
point.
is the round. I'm giving their ghost
Like with
a
some
walking
exotic
track.
weapon.
What I
Presage is coming back.
Portals only have
Oh, is it? Okay, that's cool.
Craftable DMT.
Oh, okay, so that wasn't just a rumor.
No, that's just gonna happen.
I would love a craftable DMT because I never got the.
only one enemy is left. Only one ally is left.
Why aren't you helping me, Blueberry? What are you doing?
DMT's like been
1
Helped a
minute
lot.
left, my friend.
not as good as it was at launch. I don't. It probably still does. But
This guy just whiffed a Jones.
Don't let me slow you down. Try again. Opponent revive. Your opponent celebrated a lead. Ross their butt.
I know they decreased the rate of fire on the hip fire mode. Which
Yeah, they did. I kind of gutted it to a degree.
It's very sad.
Stand alone.
It's
Do
like
not give
it
up.
lost a lot of its identity because of that. On the fun yeehaw gun,
1
what
minute
the
left.
fuck is this?
You are all that's left. Your fight to win. Guard the elegance.
And
Go down.
Bungie just they make weird ass decisions all the time. It's like we're gonna release this exotic. It's gonna be super strong. Then we're gonna nerf it and buff it like 6 times. It's gonna
In some ways, I feel like maybe they shouldn't have had crossplay between PC and console for reasons like that because
well, the thing with crossplay is you have to, like, especially for PvP, you have to, like, basically willingly join it and put yourself
Yeah.
in that lobby.
well no, well not necessarily. You basically the default is that it's on, and if you turn it off, your matchmaking takes so long that it's just like
Now, this is the rhythm of Guardian's
it's just
march.
unbearable. You'll sit in a queue for like 15 minutes, and like then it'll time out.
It was only active while you were in a lobby. Like, while you were playing with
Oh,
someone.
if you go to quick play, you just get all
Oh, quick
kinds.
play.
Yeah.
But
Tons.
Well,
if
quick play is
you
probably the
like
most commonly played.
join with your people you know on computer, you'll definitely be in the computer
Oh yeah, you're definitely
computer pool.
That's true.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Well, the thing about it is like on PC, DMT was like oppressive and like the best primary in the game, but on console it didn't feel like that bad. It just felt good, you know. It didn't feel like it needed a nerf necessarily. At least to me, it was cool, but it didn't feel broken.
And
And the
especially if you
same
think
thing with
about
like
this.
certain SMGs don't feel that crazy on console, but on PC it's like, oh, there's no kick, you know. So it's just like, I don't know. It's weird. It's
Yeah.
weird. And they try to balance it, quote unquote, balance it by saying, oh, okay, well, you get more aim assist on controller, and PC has more like movement, options.
Yeah.
But along with those movement options, they also get, I don't know what you call it, hacks, cheats, all these things that they still aren't able to detect or fix or give a shit about, I guess.
Baldur's Gate 3.
What is that thing they called, Battle Eye or something?
Right.
There's people running around with unlimited Wardcliff coils that spams at 1,000 RPMs, like at the opening of every round, and it's like, what? Why do you have 10 million Wardcliff shots?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's not.
and they're reported like, every week, and the guy's still in there every week, like just exploiting that shit to death. It's kind of crazy. I mean, it's fun. It'd be more funny if it wasn't so terrible.
Yeah, it's like I know Grenader. It was all. What is this shit? Why is this still But yeah, all the PvP people were pissed off
Only one
about what they
enemy left.
said.
What is
You
Baldur's
are all
Gate
that's
3?
left. This is your fight to
It's
win.
a RPG, a turn-based RPG, based off
Oh,
of
I've heard of that before, Baldur's Gate.
like Dungeon and Dragons 5th edition.
Oh,
It's
what,
only
dude?
Another round.
that came out
Your
on
team lead. Good.
today.
Baldur's Gate?
And yeah, 3.
That was like a game that came out in like 1987 or something originally, right? The original like
About that.
the original like word text version or whatever.
Only one enemy
Yeah, it
is
comes
left.
out for consoles in September.
Found out Detroit watches One
1
Piece.
minute left, my friend. Your ally is back in the fight.
Which is One Piece.
What's wrong with that?
Enemy team has fallen. Suck
I
it.
watch One Piece.
Isn't that the longest running, most popular animation in Japan or something?
It has 1,070 episodes.
It's not the longest running. There's other one, or maybe anime wise.
Yeah, anime wise, yeah.
It is anime-wise. They're still making episodes.
Well, yeah. I mean, the story's still going on. Yeah. I used to read manga a lot, but I stopped about 2 years ago. Because I just got tired of like.
Was it too graphic?
No, it's fine. It just
1 minute left.
like the story. I was just kind of like, oh, this is kind of dumb.
Only then
And I mean, Oda's a fucking genius in a lot of ways,
You are in the lead.
but
Don't
some
slow
of
down.
his story arcs just fucking drag on forever.
I know what you mean. They've been in this one area for like 200 episodes now.
Jesus, man. It's a Dragon Ball.
No,
Well, yeah, it's the whole Dragon Ball thing where the whole arc it's like 80 million episodes, and that just is.
Opponent revived.
Where are they at in the anime?
Only one enemy is left.
Oh, I just got shoulder charged through my grenade launcher shot.
Only one ally is left. We can dance.
Yeah, they're in Wano, and Luffy is
That
fighting
was
Sato.
you.
But he hasn't hit real fight.
Your
This
ally is back in the
I kind of like DFP's videos where he clips in some of those One Piece like reactions and stuff. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm. That's like way beyond where I stopped reading at the manga. I mean, that's fine.
we should get caught up on One Piece before Gear 5 comes out in like 2 days.
I found other things.
only one ally is left.
No, just watch it. You don't read it, you watch.
I don't like to watch anime. Mainly because a lot of the time they take a lot of liberties with the story
Next round.
that's in the manga, and I'm like, why the fuck did they change this? Why the fuck did they change that?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like Ghost in the Shell, I really like the animated movie, the first one, but the manga looks way more cartoony and doesn't appeal to me as much.
Damn, I mean, it's cool that, I don't know, I just never liked the way the anime looks with the One Piece. I always felt like the way the art for it was subpar compared to the character designs and things.
Don't tell the truth.
The match is yours.
Don't tell the truth.
When the hell am I on in Detroit song? You know?
Don't tell Detroit this.
I mean, then again, like, back when I was, like, dunking on the anime was because, was during the fucking, the arc where Luffy's trying to save Ace. So the art back then sucked ass. And I've seen a couple things that look like it's gotten better, but, like, I don't know, it's a hell of an investment of my time.
Break the internet, you know?
Okay.
Shouldn't be,
What'd you say? 1,000 episodes? 1,000 episodes?
1,070.
Oh, 1,000, almost 1,100.
Yeah.
So 1,000 times 30 minutes?
About 24 minutes an episode.
Okay, so it's 24,000 minutes.
Trials of Osiris.
I watched about 900 almost episodes in a week and a half.
Like there will come a point at which there's so many episodes that no one person could watch them in their lifetime.
I don't think they'll keep it going for that.
I believe
I mean, it could be generational. He just grooms his son to be the animator for the, yeah.
Death will teach them to stay out of your way.
I mean, you never know what the future will hold. This guy could be like, I'm a 7th generation One Piece animator. My great grandfather was the director of season 99.
Only one ally is left.
According to this list I'm looking at, Pokemon has, I guess that's total.
Back up.
G's close has less than that. God, there's an animated show in Japan that has over 7,000 episodes.
An animated show?
Rush their home.
It's called Sansei-san. Started in 19... Even Doraemon has 1,787 episodes. I don't know, like, if that counts. I really don't know. 1070, that's a hell of a lot of fucking episodes. That's a lot of TV.
1 minute left, my friend.
That's a lot of TV. Yeah,
Flatten, man. Ready.
it's a lifetime commitment at that point.
No, it only took
Team
me
less than lead.
about a
Hold
week and
tight.
a half to catch up.
This guy's name is Lord Nutshacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guardian, you alone. Be brave. 1 minute left, my friend. Guardian against Guardian. Showdown! Opponent revived. Opponent revived. This one was for your end. Next time, my friend. Both teams are tied. Suspense, I love it. Only one ally is left. Is it dead? Opponent revived.
Dude. Oh my god, these guys.
You can win the next.
Yeah, I wish I could think of that build. It's like a Radiant Hunter dodge along with Jorm's Claw with something on it. Tricorn Jorm's Claw. So Tricorn Jorm's Claw, when you have your Radiant, can 2-burst. And then once you 2-burst them, then you've procced Tricorn, which will allow it again to 2-burst and extend Radiant.
Stand alone. Do not give up.
So, one of the things that did happen where Elias would do, it's fine, is they did confirm that Lakshmi 2 is basically a copy of Maya Sundarish. She basically
Outplayed, boys.
took one of the dead, because basically Lakshmi went with them to Neptune, and then they died when they were doing the experiments with the Veil.
Time to break.
What? So Lakshmi's alive?
Not wait.
Well, and so Maya basically uploaded like a copy of her consciousness into Lakshmi too. And so basically that's what happened. And then later Maya dies, and then when they had that one mission in the war where the Cloud Strider came and erased the Rasputin's notes about Neptune, he dropped off Lakshmi too because Chioma and C didn't want to see her anymore, I guess, because it's Maya, you know? Maya was dead. So that's how she ended up on Earth. And then she died to a Vex portal. But the thing is they revealed it in Battle Containment where you go every week and listen to recordings by Chioma. And they don't have like any icon that tells you need to go there. You just go, oh yeah, I should go listen to the lore. And that's it. It's just like, it's very weird. Like very disconnected, like, oh like we're trying to add more stories to it. I'm like, but you're not telling people, like, even with like an icon, like, hey, go listen to this. There's like no quest, no nothing. Like, I don't get it. It's really, it's like, there's this huge disconnect. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? just now there's not gonna be anything after Final Shape. I'm gonna be very surprised if there is.
What? There will be. Just nothing PvP related.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, go play Marathon.
They'll probably be like, you can port your character from here to Marathon for $1,000. I don't want to play Marathon, honestly.
You wanna play an extraction shooter?
No, well, like currently, I don't have any desire to play it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like the upper echelon of people there are trying to squeeze as much money out of us
That's what it feels like, and they've been exposed too. So it's just like,
to pay for Matter, which is the other thing they're working on.
yeah,
Whatever the fuck
what is that? Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's just a code name. So I don't know, man. I'm just kind of like, I hope Final Shape hits really good, and it's good.
Hits all the feels.
Well, I don't care about that. I just want the story to end and be fucking make sense, and not be all like, oh.
It's gonna be, they're gonna Game of Thrones it completely, and everybody's gonna be like, what? That's the ending?
Yeah, like fucking like the witness is gonna attack the last city with the wish dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Like,
I
like,
just
wait, what? The Witness and Savathun get married and live happily ever after? I don't.
yeah, and like Rourke reconciles with his race that he the rest of the races that he
Annihilated or whatever.
yeah.
And then
Like his
the
dad
Oompa
and his
Loompas
mom.
come and sing a song at the very end.
Yeah. And then we discover a race of Ewoks living among us. I don't know, man. It's gotta suck to work for Bungie right now. I mean, I'm sure, like,
Yeah. Because imagine you go home and you see all the shit on Twitter and you're like, Jesus, they hate us.
I mean, like I mean,
And
with
it's not my
reason,
fault. Like, I was in that
with,
meeting and I told them not to do this and they did it anyway.
well, it's like that Kevin Yanis guy can't catch a break, but it's like stop opening your mouth and saying stupid shit too.
Yeah.
Like when the whole thing is like the identity of Titans is punch because they're always got a fist, clenched fist, and all the artwork and everything, and then like people start posting like pictures of the team releases where he's Titans holding a gun and no fist. I'm like, dude, just stop.
You're
And
so well informed and you work there. Ugh.
and then like of course the community, we don't really have a community outreach anymore because all the
All those guys
community
left.
managers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now there's supposed to be like a Bungie help Twitter that or Bungie like team Twitter, and it's hardly ever used. And I'm like, just like we did it to our fucking selves. Like the whole thing with losing shit over Twilight Garrison because Kevin Dennis said that Air Dash is a warlock identity, and people are like, oh, and they're like, you should die, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. But at the same time, it's like, how much is enough, Bungie? Like money-wise, like where are we at? Like what?
Yeah.
What's the end game?
I mean, it really makes it really portrays them as just money grubbing, you know,
And that's the thing.
and it's probably just somebody, you know, that's the board of directors and not necessarily,
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. I mean,
it's not the individual like developer. There's no developer going, hey, maybe we can milk them for some more money.
yeah, it's usually not. I'm sure Joe Blackburn, before he released that thing,
And
was like, this is a crock of shit. I'm gonna say shit, and there's gonna be feedback, but at the same time,
he's like, okay.
it's like, fuck, man.
Oh,
So I'm just kind of like, well, I hope final shape, and hopefully final shape delivers, or at some sort of like comprehensive and some sort of story that makes fucking sense.
God dang it! Why'd you run out there?
I mean, if the witness thing ends up like fucking like Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, I'm gonna be kind of pissed.
I wouldn't put it past Bungie because they can write whatever they want to, right? It would be amazing if they put in a thing where he like you know, because he absorbed his whole race or something, right? Isn't that the premise? What if they split him back into the individuals who didn't want to like be a part of that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, well, because and that's Fullmetal Alchemist for you. That's one of the major.
Oh, is it? I never watched that, sir.
Like,
I read it.
I won't go into details, but like it's very similar to that. There's a split in a bunch of things, and I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm hoping the story's good, and there's an end, you know.
Yeah.
But I just don't see.
I mean, there'll definitely be an end, but I can't see there like that being the end. That'll be the end of this epic.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Because there's no way they're going to. This is their cash cow. Marathon's not making them any money. They're dumping money into it to do so, but yeah, they have to put everything into place in order for it to make money.
Well, yeah, but the way I look at it is like once Marathon launches, like I don't know if they're gonna have the same dedication to Destiny that they should, you know? I mean, what if they just decide, you know what, Marathon's doing really well, Matter's coming out in 2 years or whatever, we're good, you know?
What was that one? Is Matter the one that was previously like codename Color Block or something like that?
I don't know. I just know, I've known it as
Color Splat or something? Yeah, because they had, I guess they had registered some names, copyrighted or trademarked them or something. So yeah, I guess we'll see.
But to have no investment in PvP and to leave Gambit to die, basically.
Which is a shame, you know, because I know a lot of people don't like Gambit, but there's aspects of it that I do enjoy.
Well, yeah, I mean, and to be like not giving us
And it was interesting too, like,
a
you
vendor
know.
armor refresh because nobody transmods it because it's basic as fucking hell.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like,
Oh, you know, I did transmog some Gambit armor. Well, the thing was, they screwed up on that too, and they nobody talks about that, but like there was an invader set and this set and that set, but when you transmog them, they reworked them a little bit so they don't like quite look the same or have the same name. So I basically just kept the old set, even though it's worthless, because it looked better. So you would have to like you'd have to apply a shader to the transmog version, which is like weird. Like you could never make it look this exact right.
did 2 Gambit Labs one season. Nobody really liked it, and then they decided, oh, we're done. You know, and bringing back the German City map, adding Lucid Hive and Shadow Legion, and that's it. And besides, like the seasonal weapon, the new weapon like, you get to chase every season.
Yeah.
Plus
Yeah.
weapon.
And also, imagine working really hard to get, you know, XYZ, and then they completely nerf it.
Yeah, my thing is like,
Not Forgotten or whatever else it is. Yeah. And then that brings us full circle, as we were talking about like World of Warcraft before, and like the RPG aspects of it and stuff. You could play World of Warcraft and never set foot in PvP, and you could play World of Warcraft and really do very little as far as PvE. And Bungie almost feels like they do. the opposite, where they force you to play PvP. You don't even want to play PvP necessarily, you know.
Well, the thing is, like, they put two of the best weapons in PvP, so you have all sorts of people doing PvP just to get like fucking
Yeah,
boost the mountaintop.
and then again, Blizzard did a better scenario where they had um, some of the best PvE weapons were in uh, the best PvE weapons were in PvE, but slightly less effective for PvE was weapons that you could obtain from PvP, and those were the best PvP weapons were obtainable from PvP, but those were also really good for PvE. So it's like if you weren't able to obtain it in one way, you could obtain it through like an alternate path. The almost or nearly as good or better in a slightly different way weapons, you know.
Yeah.
So I wish, and the thing is, they had Blizzard like on hand uh, to help them with a lot of stuff, but they never learned that lesson that's been there for, I don't know, 20 years by now.
Well, I don't. I think it's just straight from the top. Really,
Yeah,
try
that's
and
true.
make as
You
much
know,
money
that's what,
possible
happens in a lot of,
with as minimum investment as possible. That's just the way it is, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about making money,
that's true. But,
and
it's just like anything. You don't mind if it's like, none of us minds. Like, I will buy us an armor set, cosmetics. Like, people buy shit for Fortnite and it's free. The money making model is in the skins and stuff, and I guess buying the seasons.
season passes, but you can like
But you can earn them
actually
exactly because they know that
season
there's
season
people who's
pass.
going to buy cosmetics or whatever with the V-Bucks. And
Yeah,
I'm not suggesting, and that's a free model, and Bungie's not even doesn't even have a free model, so why are they going so hard on the nickel and diming every little
well, it's
coin out of people?
like the whole bundle this season where you can get the ornament for an ornament for freaking different exotics and a shader.
Yeah,
And really, all that's happening is the shader in the bundle is what's being applied to the the exotic. Like I think there's Ariana's Vow one,
mhm,
and then different one, and it's like basically you're just paying for a shader. You're paying like $10 for a shader or whatever, and it's like getting more and more ridiculous.
yeah.
And then then they have
You're not getting that
the
chicken parmesan anymore. You're getting chicken tenders with ketchup.
yeah, something like that. Or
You're getting
it's like
the kids pack. They said chicken tenders.
I
well,
guess I was hungry obviously the whole time and I just thought about
You can do it, man. That intermittent fasting is so choice.
yeah, it's just
If they weren't so blatant, well, there's like, I don't know.
like,
There
and
needs to
I'm
be a
still
certain amount of transparency, and then at the same time, like,
yeah.
it's obvious what they're doing. But if they were just like, it's like, it's like when people say like, oh, wait, what's that Seinfeld episode where George is like riding in the car with his girlfriend? They're going to, where are they going? They're going to like the beach house that they're like been invited to, and he's like, if I reach over and grab her boob right now, she'll slap me. But if like this time tomorrow, it'll be perfectly fine. That's weird. And it's the same thing. Like Bungie's like, if you just maybe wine us and dine us a little bit, we're fine with this stuff being in the Eververse store, you know?
Like, if we gotta do certain
Welcome to
things,
the
like,
trials
I
of
mean,
Osiris.
Or if there's just more of an alternate path to it, like you could get all the playtime out of people if you said, hey, you can buy this shader, armor set, whatever it is, weapon skin, or you can, earn it through doing whatever activities you know, complete a master raid and do this and do that, then people would go for it. You know, you would feel better about like, okay, it's
Yeah.
not pay to win or pay to get the good cosmetics.
Well, but the thing is, I disagree with like
Protect your
Asuka
team
saying
this
certain
fight.
things are pay to win,
You'll
and
need
I was like, it's not really.
No, it's never been blatantly pay to win.
Yeah, but like you said, like since I've seen the shit that EA's done firsthand, and the pure scam that is like Madden Ultimate
one
Team
ally
is,
is left.
Yeah.
and how much people
This
throw
one's
money at
for
that to
your
buy
end.
virtual
Next
packs of
time,
cards for
maybe.
players
Hmm.
to just build your teams with all these players. And I'm like, you could just do that like in the base game and
The
not
other
pay real
team
money to
wins.
do it.
Let's keep
Doesn't
moving.
Genshin Impact do that as well?
But like WebDude can attest that it's still more rewarding than Destiny in a lot of ways. Isn't that right, WebDude?
Ally is left.
So like
You
next, but
lost.
everything else
If
about
not
it is
master,
just
wins the next.
Yeah.
that.
So
That's
go
fine.
ahead.
I don't know. I would say
Your
that's my
opponents leave.
biggest
You can
problem
come back,
in
son.
general with Destiny. Is it feels like it's not recognized.
That's true. Your time doesn't feel respected a lot.
And then
Only one
and
ally is left.
it's like the whole deep side harmonizer thing
Next
where
round.
you can only have one at a time.
And you can only get like 6 for the season. Like, there's nothing you can do
Yeah,
about it.
and I'm pretty sure
Each
Bungie doesn't
squad
give a
knows
shit.
only half this
They're
time.
like, we're
Yo,
gonna do
it's
this, and you
outstanding.
guys are gonna use them, and then that's it. And then we're gonna keep doing it. What are you gonna do? Play another game? And some people play another game,
One ally is
and
left.
then the showcase drops, and then everyone gets hyped,
Your
and then
team
everyone's
is
all like,
fought.
oh, let's play again.
And then here
And
comes the
then,
abusive boyfriend punching drywall,
yeah, man,
drunk and.
I'm really
yeah,
curious to see what's gonna happen after they're
Opponents have mastered the fight.
yeah,
I mean, that, of course, we're all gonna be like wetting ourselves, right? And like, oh my god, I can't believe it's
yeah.
better than I thought it was gonna be.
There's supposed to be someone's supposed to make another meme with Joe Blackburn where it's them all excited and they're all,
One
we're
ally
back,
is left.
baby.
Yeah.
See, I don't know, man. It feels different this time.
Yeah,
Uh,
it feels different, but
You
like
won. Enemy
still,
is left.
like they're still getting
Your
people
ally
playing
is
the
back in
game.
the fight.
We'll,
oh yeah, yeah.
Opponent revive.
They have a
Back in the fight.
What's happening
yeah,
is they're getting used to Destiny.
or
Only one
you
enemy is
get the
left.
casuals that don't really care, or you get the whales. You get, I mean, us
Your ally is back in
complaining
the
about the
fight.
game and the people on Reddit is such a small population.
Well, I guess, PvPers are probably the minority. The majority of people probably do play just like more casually and do strikes and
Well,
dabble
like
in PvP a little bit, but
40% of the population plays PvP.
yeah, but because
So,
they're forced to a degree, right?
oh, I mean that, and there's people that actually enjoy PvP. And what else are you gonna do when you've done everything else in PvE for the season? That's the thing. So we'll see. I mean, I'm like actually optimistic. I mean, it's cool that Cade's back and all, but I'm like, the story better make sense.
Yeah, I was never like one of those Cade, whatever you want to call it,
Well, no, I like Cade,
fanboys, so I
but
didn't care if I was actually glad he died. I was like, it serves him right. He's doing a yeehaw on an elevator to his death.
well, it's the fucking Hunter Vanguard. You have to be flashy.
He's just doing some. Wasn't he riding like a shank or something? And I don't remember. It was just ridiculous. I mean, there was that intended comic relief to a degree, but at
Well,
the
yeah,
same time,
they went too hard on that. I agree.
it's just like it made it hard to feel bad for him. It's like you were drunk driving and you had a truckload of meth. Like, bad things were gonna happen.
Yeah, you had did like 8 speedballs before you took the job.
Yeah. Like, went in, yeehaw, guns blazing.
Yeah. So I mean, what's
It just sucks, man. Cause like playing
Welcome to the trials of Osiris.
I tried to play, like, Warframe and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is cool, but it felt, like, complicated, and then, I don't know, just weird.
well the thing is like even though it seems like everything's falling apart about Destiny, like the
Yet,
core,
yet here I am.
the gunplay, the abilities, and everything, it feels good.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
thing.
literally what we were talking about earlier. It's like the control and the gunplay. If you know, this is actually a golden opportunity for any other developer to show up and be like,
Yeah.
"Hey guys, I have this PvP game with awesome gunplay."
Only one enemy is left.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. You know, it just it's like,
Impressive victory. Never.
and it's
The
like
thing is, you have like a
monetization.
winning formula. Think how good was the end of D1.
Another round begins.
I'll think because I don't know.
Oh, you didn't play the end of D1?
I didn't play D1, man.
Oh my god, the end of D1 was amazing.
But also, why did they end D1?
I
Why
I think it had something to do with like the relationship with Activision and
Only one enemy is
supposedly,
left.
and now people are like, was it Activision or was it Sony?
yeah. Well, they probably learned how to shill from Activision, right?
that's true.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they're not
You are
a
in the lead. I am not surprised.
new hand at this, man.
No, but like,
But
how many
Bungie's been around
people,
for a long time.
right? How many people are still at Bungie that worked on Halo?
I don't know. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, until like Bungie starts doing microtransactions like fucking Madden packs to get players, then I haven't seen the
1
worst
minute left, my friend.
monetization they've ever done. I mean, like,
Enemy is left.
that shit
It is
is
just
why,
you.
like, when stuff happens in Destiny, like, oh, you can buy this, I'm like, it's
Hey,
like,
punch
okay.
bullet him.
It's still not like we're buying weapons.
I honestly would feel better like if they did a Blizzard model and they had a subscription service and then like, you know, then you'd be assured like, okay, they're
Yeah, but then that would require them to update Gambit. And I guess nobody wants that.
they wouldn't have to update Gambit. They could.
I mean, I'm just like,
Make them run.
it's very tone deaf, and it puts a target on
1 minute left, my friend.
Joe Blackburn, which isn't fair to
Ally
him.
is back in the fight.
You know, I mean, I'm sure a lot of the shit in that was
One ally is left.
what he wanted to say, but at the same time, it's like, you need transparency. You can't just be like, oh,
Your ally is back in
maybe
the
you'll
fight.
get a map.
Only one enemy is
And we
left.
have these teams, I'm like, well, why don't you have a PvP team?
Well, that's the thing. Like, they had so much already in D1. It was like, why did you even have to make D2?
Put all those.
You know, and you literally then they're like, oh well, our engine won't support this, our engine won't support that, or whatever.
You are but a step from victory.
Yeah, and then yeah.
Why do you keep home growing an engine then if that's the case?
Enemy is left.
Just use the Quake engine or whatever it is.
Unreal 75
They don't want to pay anybody for the engine usage.
Yeah, so
I
this
think, I think it's probably
You
more like
trust. They will not forget this fight. I pass.
But they've done it twice now. They did it in the old whatever Tiger engine, and now they're doing it in
well, I mean,
Dragon or something.
everything's based off of Tiger and to a degree, and like if they tried to do it with Unreal, it wouldn't feel like Destiny, unfortunately. Plus, we would have to fit the bill for them using the license for someone else's engine.
Well, I
I
don't.
guarantee you, seasons would go up to like $150,
Oh, jeez.
and we'd have to buy the dungeon separately.
Hey, but I would like to go with trade if the gun's feeling slightly shitty. Like
Oh.
imagine beautiful stability and streamlined fashion.
Oh well, yeah. Let's don't even get started about all the fallout with, like, as soon as that marathon like sneak peek came out and people lost their shit when they were like, yeah, here's the high points and here's the bullet points for marathon dedicated servers. It's like what? Like what?
Yeah,
Fuck
They need to just say dedicated servers.
you.
Be like, we're gonna do red this time.
Yeah,
Dedicated
they
server.
literally said that. It's just absolutely shitting on people's like
yeah.
who've been asking for any type of like stability
Just get the dedicated server.
since D1. Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah,
It's like I don't know. Somebody needs to take a PR class at Bungie and learn like don't say these things. It's just crazy. Just shut your mouth.
they don't care. I
I mean,
swear.
they don't run it through somebody who's like, yeah, we probably shouldn't say it like that. Or, unless you want to enrage, you want a Twitter shitstorm and death threats for all your community managers. Just
He said they're like, just watch this.
he's like, check it out. Remember that this is fine.
He's lit on fire, just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just I'm just kind of done with it. I'm just kind of like, all right, let's see.
I mean,
Kind of
yeah.
goes to the
It's probably going to be amazing, whatever that thing is, and then we're going to be like, oh, we're going to forget all about Marathon getting dedicated servers because look at this new exotic. And then, then you're going to get it and you're going to play with it, and then Telesto's going to be broken again.
Callistos have been broken a while.
Kyle's going to come home drunk to the trailer again. And then here we are. We're going to be having the same conversation in 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, we'll see.
And in a sense, it would take very little to, like, I don't know how you appease, like, PvE players, maybe fix some of the glaring issues, but PvP players, you could just be like, oh, these two maps from D1, porting these maps from you know, these two maps, then these two maps, then these two maps, that kind of thing.
And we're
You could literally, all they had to do is, like, we already know they're so good at copy pasting maps from D1. Just do that for a while. You would appease so many people. Instead, they give us, what was that new map? That trash heap of a waste of space?
disjunction.
Oh my god.
The ref map. Yeah, that thing. That's certainly a map. Yeah,
That's certainly a map. It's
haven't
a.
lived until you load into an Iron Banner match. It's disjunction, and all 5 of your teammates leave.
I've had some experiences like that. And the thing is, they backfill either so slowly or not at all, so you still end up most of the game 3v6 or worse, which is really strange.
Yeah, that's how you know you're alive. That's the true test of being
I mean,
a PvP god.
if you wanna if you wanna get your KD shorted, that's the ticket.
And it cracks me up the people that like
Nothing is nothing.
really try for their KD, like in stuff like momentum control, everything.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. I mean, I feel like if Destiny was truly serious about PvP, they would have been, or Bungie was really serious about it, there would have been a real push for them to make it esport ready.
Well, that's the thing. That kind of felt like that's what they were trying to do at the beginning of D1, with all like how slow PvP was, and it was like 4v4. It's like they were really trying to like go in that direction, but it was just so, what would a reviewer say, uninspired or something. It was just very like, but there was a handful of PvPers who were like, oh man, this, the top dogs or whatever, this is great. There's not a lot of like shitty, like I died to a random grenade, ability spam or something like that. So in a way, they are kind of trying to appease, what they're saying, like, oh, there's going to be a mode where it's mostly gunplay or something.
Yeah, that's coming. Relic sounds like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that sounds like, what do they call that? Like a party mode,
Yeah, yeah.
And I really enjoy like mayhem and I don't like momentum control. I know some people like to farm like seventh columns in there, but it just seems so. But actually, that mode they have right now in the Crucible Labs is pretty fun. It can be really fun or really frustrating. Let me look at it again. It's called something Countdown Extreme or something like that. But it's 6v6 countdown. It's pretty crazy on giant maps. I might go play some of that right now, actually. Um, yeah, if you like to use no time to explain, I think that's the mode to use it on. How do you think this would work? Uh, Hand cannon with gut shot straight and under over. Seems like that would be pretty good, right? Increase body shot damage and then under over increase bonus damage to combatant shields? Or targets with over shields. That might be good. What's this? Oh, this guy has a hot tub. Why is it so glitchy? Am I in the hot tub now? That's really weird.
Hello, Guardian. Welcome.
Guardian. Make us proud.
Tell me, you don't fear Vanguard operations? Do you fear that this was made for you?
Oh, we haven't even talked about the Bungie store where you can buy like t-shirts and stuff. I think this is the first year I didn't buy the t-shirt. Yeah, what's the shirt that you unlock for like Moments of Triumph? I have like 3 or 4 of them from different years. Where they would like put your name on the sleeve or something. Put your whatever you wanted on the sleeve.
Not see you until you are so small. This,
Yeah,
this with care.
I've bought like a bunch of them. What, do you remember? Did you ever do this when they were like doing the actual like physical Blu-ray, or were they on Blu-ray, the games? Anyway, they were doing a physical disc release, like in like GameStops, and people would like line up at midnight so they'd be able to buy it, so they'd be able to play it like at server, whatever. Like you could
At
install
launch.
it that night. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I did that for No Man's Sky. I got it. I picked it up. It came out on Black Friday.
yeah.
Came out at like 12 o'clock. So on our way home from like Thanksgiving dinner or whatever, we stayed up. Me and my dad did, because he had a pre-order too.
Oh dang.
And we
Weapon
went to the
hunt,
GameStop right
nations
next
run
to our
fast.
grandma's house, and well, not really grandma's house, and we went and picked it up at like 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the
So
morning.
yeah, so there were like physical like um whenever the major DLCs came out, Bungie would do like the same thing basically, and GameStop would have like certain GameStops you could go, and there were literally lines, people like waiting to get their copy of the game, and there was a couple times where I did that, um, and that was a good time to wear your Bungie your Moments of Triumph shirt, and you could be like, wow, who's a nerd now? Look at me. Oh, speaking of which, isn't Guardian Con this weekend? It's going on right now, isn't it?
Alright, I'm back. My headphones died.
Doc, are you gonna go to Guardian Con this weekend?
Dado didn't give me my plane ticket.
Where's it at?
Isn't it always in Florida somewhere?
It is. I have
I
no clue.
I always wonder if people go there and get like exclusive emblems there and stuff like that.
Probably.
Like if they have a booth and like you show up, they give you whatever.
A code for an emblem.
Mhm. Yeah, like a card with a code for the emblem. I've seen those sorts of things. I just haven't seen them in person.
Maybe you should go and find
I
out
would like to. I'd like to see what it's about.
for a dying game.
Yeah. People are always like, "Oh, this is a Destiny killer. This is a Destiny killer," right? And I'm like, the only Destiny killer is Bungie, honestly.
Yeah.
The creators of the game are the only killers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're the ones like not, you know, not devoting resources to like
Welcome to the trials
what,
of
in our
Osiris.
opinion, they should devote them to. And
Well, I
in
mean,
the meantime, this is their only source of revenue.
At least
that's
they're not like Ubisoft, where they release a game every 6 months or some shit.
Yeah, but Ubisoft has like this weird like fan cult following where well, I guess Bungie does too,
Find your
where they'll
friends,
buy
knock them
every
down,
Ubisoft
and
game.
unearth a new
Like they and in your opinion, I mean, it might be shit, but in those people's opinion, they're
Just
like,
my opinion.
it might get crappy reviews or whatever the else it is, but
You are all that's left. This is your fight
yeah.
to win.
Right now, Ubisoft is just kind of clunky, slow,
This one was for your end. Next time, my friend.
it's gonna be like a Far
but
Cry
they do a
6.
lot of different types of games too.
You are
They have like
failed. This is proof
platformers
that
and
only
like
matters if you let it continue.
RPGs and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. Like, didn't they have like a Final Fantasy style type of game too?
Ubisoft?
Only one
Yeah.
ally is left. Is it there? Only one enemy is left.
Oh, Webtoon, Cascade Point, is hilarious, and Randy's throwing knife.
This dude
Round
just
five.
destroyed all these guys with no time to explain.
That's one of the only things I recommend if you get one of those with Cascade Point.
You are gone.
The rate of fire is hilarious.
Both teams
Like,
are
once it's
tired.
procced.
So stop that pop.
I was fucking around with that like a couple weeks ago. And I was like, you know, it goes do 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 do.
Only
Yeah,
one
it's pretty
enemy is
funny.
left.
It'll probably be good, dog.
It is just you now. Fight until you have nothing left.
Right.
They tried very hard to kill you, but you are like me.
No, GG's.
Yep.
Raid tomorrow.
You are weak. Is this up?
Well,
Installed on G for that.
no, we were just telling you, like that's what's going on tomorrow, man. You weren't invited.
It makes it easier for me.
I mean, you could be invited if you want to, I guess.
No, he's done, which more power to him, man. He's got
One enemy is left.
I don't know. Fucking Anthony vouches for it.
You are the last.
yeah.
Make them run.
I'm gonna need 10, 10, and 30 to vouch for it, and then I can consider it.
That's never fucking gonna happen.
This one was for your end.
Like, I'm fucking pull it together for
Opponent revive.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll be flashy.
You will break.
Whether or not it'll have the substance, we'll see.
I'm sure it'll be good, but it's not gonna be so good.
Yeah.
Only one ally is left.
Yeah, I mean, Pin needs to
What's
sit.
Pin Pin playing? Genshin or something?
Warframe.
Oh, Warframe, that's right.
He's been honestly, I haven't seen
It's not
one.
every day.
Your fire team
Really?
behind. Reload.
Did not, he used to just sit in orbit in D2 and for the longest.
Does he actually do stuff? Or does he sit in orbit? Is that a thing?
Yeah, Warframe, are you sitting out that you can still be doing stuff?
I'm just thinking he's doing stuff.
That would be funny. If he's all like, oh, I sit in orbit in Warframe.
1 minute left, my
They're on Warframe. We're taking away orbit, so Pin can't sit in orbit.
Only one enemy is left.
Maybe taking away a big part of the game. Good with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad he got away from Destiny. He wasn't.
He was very toxic where it was concerned.
Well, he's like.
Not without
angry
cause,
about it.
but yeah. There was an emotional investment there for certain.
There was like a certain like, it's like what? Like I'm like, dude, did Luke Smith like personally find you so we're bringing this back, Pin?
And
You know,
yeah,
it's-
Luke Smith like definitely hurt her.
He had a shit ton of hours.
I mean,
It's like,
don't we all though?
but how many hours did he have like sitting in orbit? He had a shit ton of hours sitting in orbit too because he didn't want to play the game, but he didn't realize he didn't want to play the game. And it's like he was always angry, and I'm happy that he got away from it, and now he's not as angry because like that's not healthy.
Or maybe he's angry at another game now.
Yeah, maybe his anger he's like angry about like shit that actually matters, you know, as opposed to like,
It matters.
it doesn't matter in the end. It's like my life goes on whether or not Final Shape is a bomb or is the bomb.
What are you talking about? I'm taking all the pills if it sucks.
High match point. Everything shown.
You gotta do it.
You find me like floating in a bathtub.
Well, okay, but you gotta post it to your Snapchat with like Snapchat filter.
Hashtag I've had enough.
Only one enemy is left.
Hashtag fuck Luke Smith just for the hell of
Match
it.
is yours. Celebrate. I will join.
I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes.
I'm confident that it'll be great, good, enjoyable. I don't know what's gonna happen after that.
Yeah,
They're not gonna let that. It's like a pimp with one prostitute. They're not gonna let it go. You know, Marathon's not up and running
I
yet. For how
agree
long?
fully.
Ken, you need to work on your analogies.
No, it's perfect. It's their one cash cow. Like they're literally just milking that one cow for all it's worth at this point. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It-
it's really been their only AP. That's the thing.
yeah. So if they don't have the resources to do some of these other things that they're talking about, they're like, well, we can't create content for this as well as PvP maps. As you know, we have to, you know, pull from other teams in order to fix certain things. Then it's just like you're so low on resources, but you're generating all this revenue. Like what? Like
What are you
you just
doing?
bad with money? Like those-
It's like, did you guys run into a bunch of Nigerian princes
like
that needed help?
I mean, you know, it's like what is it? Growing pains. It almost seems like growing pains for a small company
It's
Yeah,
6 years.
small independent.
because they're basically dumping all their money into the next thing to grow the company, but in the process they're making all these deals with whoever it is, Sony, to create 6 games by
Oh no, is
2025 or
that
something like that, right? Yeah, I think it's Sony.
Well, I
Sony
thought,
is buying Destiny Maker for 3.6 billion.
Something like that. Yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy.
I mean, where did that capital go? To,
Well, there's also back in
Presume.
like 2016,
S-
Right.
Bungie
Move on
made
side.
over 200 million.
Yeah,
yeah,
and yeah,
it's like,
it's
I
not
mean,
disclosed what amount came out of the Eververse store, but it was probably more than they made out of the
it was
actual
probably
DLCs.
279.
Oh, jeez. And that's what they're looking at, and they're going, huh? How can we make? How can we? Yeah, how do we turn this into a you know a moneymaker like Genshin? And they're like, well, what if we do something with Marathon? Marathon will probably do it for us.
Yeah, they'll probably do it with Marathon, you know?
Only one enemy is left.
Oh man, you got smoked, boy. Oh Jesus, feels bad.
It's just one of those
What in
things.
your league?
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Just that that abusive relationship cycle continues.
Yeah.
Only one ally is
I
left.
just died
See,
to it. A lightning grenade? What?
my thing is where I
This one
feel
for
bad
your
the
end.
most for the
Next
PvP
time.
guys is like multiple times,
Time to
multiple
break the
state of the
tie.
games,
Move
interviews,
away from
everything. They're like, oh,
destroy
we're
this
gonna have a
time.
renewed focus on PvP.
I know. That's the eternal lie, right?
And it's like, and then they turn around and say, oh, we don't have a dedicated team. I'm
Only
like, why
one
don't
enemy is
you?
left.
And then, of course, it's just it doesn't make money for Bungie.
They just didn't finish the set design ever since 2017.
One minute left.
But we moved
But all
that,
that's
we took
left
that focus and moved
is
it over
your
to
fight to
Marathon.
win.
You know,
Your ally is back in the fight. Opponent revived. Your ally is back in the fight.
yeah,
Opponent
just,
revived.
Oh my god. Reses just came like candy over here.
Jesus,
uh,
banger.
yeah, okay.
Only one enemy is left.
I'm sure he's cool.
30
But like,
seconds left.
he, like, you know,
Yeah,
Master play.
and guarantee that I can eat.
yeah, like
They're
the
like, dude, you're one of the biggest guys. So think about that.
This is up.
I mean, I guess it is a niche market, you know, but still. I mean, that, you know, that definitely hits home, right?
Yeah. I feel so bad for the PvP guys, man. I mean, cause,
Only one ally is left.
you know, I mean, all of them, man. It's like, I feel bad for Cool Guy, because, I mean, he still does his shit and everything, but, like, damn, man.
Well, he's got a decent job at a hospital or something anyway, so you know it's kind of a passion project for him to a degree.
Okay. Like Fallout.
Frostbolt, what are you gonna do, buddy? He could probably be a competitive COD player or something, so I guess I don't feel too
Yeah.
bad for him, but.
I don't feel bad for the cakes. Because they
Oh, Cammy cakes? I like
or
Cammy cakes.
I don't feel bad because
Oh, both of the cakes, yeah.
they're very good
They're very good. Like,
PvP
yeah, exactly.
in multiple games.
They can do, yeah,
Anything, you know
yeah.
what I mean?
They could do a lot, either any
But
direction.
Only one
it's
enemy
just
is
like,
left.
damn, man.
1 minute left.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Only one ally is left.
Yeah, GG's.
It's like,
Sprinkles.
I mean, I know video games about making money, but Jesus, man.
I mean, there is a way to make money and be ethically, you know, sound and yeah, I do agree. Value their time at least, you know.
So about these Skywalker Saga Lego game,
1 minute left.
I am thoroughly impressed.
Oh,
People
shit.
like completely overhauled everything.
Next time, my friend.
Like, cause normally when they do like a Lego collection,
Mhm.
they do like the bare minimum to revamp it, but it's like they rebuilt everything from the ground up, like all the old games.
Really?
Yeah, and it actually feels like the graphics look good and everything, which I'm not a graphics person, but I was like, yeah, they actually polished it and everything. The abilities feel different for all the characters. The button configuration makes sense. Because, like, usually a lot with Lego games, they have
Only their ghosts
a
remain.
lot of button,
Come back and let's do it again.
like mirrors. Like, basically, like, it'll be like R1, R2 does something, and then you can do the same thing with square and X or something like that.
Oh yes, you could like.
And now they've actually expanded to using the full D-pad, and I'm like, about fucking time.
One ally is left. Damn. You lost. Does not matter. Wins the next. Opponent revived. This is your chance. Rack them.
Alright. I think that's it for me. I'm gonna go to bed and my daughter's gonna wake me up in like 4 hours probably. I don't know, like, doesn't happen during the school day. But, like, during the weekend, yep, she can do that.
Only one enemy is left.
It's funny, just like, it'll be like 9:30, 6 o'clock, she's like, Daddy, it's time to get up. I'm like, no, not yet. And then she'll go back to sleep for like, maybe I can buy her
Oh.
and then after that, it's like, good luck. Now I gotta get up because she won't leave me alone.
Have you watched the Falcon chase?
Alright, well, you all have a good night.
But I think
Huh?
And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah. You too. GG's. Later, guys.
trials of Osiris. There is nothing but the arena. This match, this fight. Go!
Hello, my pal.
Only one enemy is left. Your enemies are down. You are in the lead. Don't slow down. You are in last. Make them run. 1 minute left, my friend. Guardian against Guardian. Showdown. Opponent revived. Just the two of you now. Fight. Your ally is back in the fight. Opponent revived. 50 seconds left. Opponent revived. Only one enemy is left. Only one ally is left. Damn.
Jesus, what a shitty match. When I res that kid, I did not expect him to sit there and res the other guy while I'm dueling the one guy. And he's resing.
This is the way it
I
should.
don't understand why he didn't help, but it worked out. But wow, what an annoyance.
Only one enemy is left. One minute left, Mercy. Your ally is back in the fight. Opponents have been put in their place. Good job.
Using that.
Your team leads. I expected nothing less. Only one ally is left. Damn.
Huh.
1 minute left, my friend. Only one enemy is left. Opponent revived. Only one enemy is left.
Oh man, we got us a frostbolt over here.
In their place. Good job.
Good plays.
Here we go. Win this and you have won it all. Only one
Oh my god. Thank you. My goodness. Oh, I guess we gotta let them have a round.
Is not master. Wins the next. This is match point, friend. Give everything. Only one ally is left. Is in their hands. The next round will be yours. Sure. Match point. Your team stands tall. Finish strong.
Golly, man.
Only one ally is left. Is in their hands.
Got conditional finality.
1 minute left, my friend. Only one enemy is left.
Oh, feels bad.
The match is yours. Celebrate. I will join you.
I think I forgot to reset. Oopsie.
Welcome to the trials of Osiris. Your life is precious. You only have one. Be careful.
Oh, why is it doing this? Did I just freeze up? Oh no, 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 Bungie, no. Oh god, no. Oh what? It's putting me in dead? Oh, thanks a lot. Wow.
Keep this up.
With no abilities. Oh my god. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it there. That was terrible. Oh my god. Sure, of course. Yeah, that's no fun. That's GG for that. Thanks a lot.